Good morning. Welcome to Let's Go Live Writing Sprints. Sorry, I am a little late getting on. The lawn crew is here, and I swear, if it's not like my allergies and my coffee that show up for our live, it's the lawn crew that likes to hang out with me. So I think they're done. I haven't heard their blowers in maybe a minute. Hey, Mama Bird. So I don't know. I think they're done and they may be back, and then I'll make it super noisy. So anyway, happy Saturday to you guys. I am running behind. Hey, Mama Bird. Yeah, I saw your comment where, yes, I finished it. Finally, yay. Oh my gosh, it's I think my eyeballs are bleeding. That's why they're so tired. I'm wearing my glasses and I can't figure out if I don't know. I was thinking about doing those cucumber slices. I think they battle eye fatigue, but I definitely have it. I was Googling what do I need to do when I have eye fatigue, because I still have to do my final read through and my edit, and it's due to my lovely editor tomorrow night. So I left this one way down to the wire, and I don't even know why. I don't know why. I just was so stuck in trying to get Hamilton right. He's one of my, there is the long guy right outside the window, but anyway, I wanted to get him right, and I just could not get the right flavor for him. I don't even know if that's the right word you'd say, but I wanted to do it justice, and he's a lot more introspective than I originally thought, and so it worked out perfect for the plot, but there's also a lot more action than I thought there would be, but I was well, duh, he's an officer, so it's not like he's going to have a boring life, right? Police see kind of the underbelly of society, and they have to deal with that. And so anyway, I'm all done. So exciting. So now, oh gosh, my desk is kind of messy. Obviously not hugely prepared today. I was editing already this morning, and then my lawn crew came through, and I thought, I hope they're going to be done by the time we go live. And I don't know if Sienna is going to be able to join us. She's my bestie down in Australia, so I think it's the middle of the night for her. But and then I have story time, I think. I'm excited. I know, thank you. And then I have story time. She's in Bahrain. She's an author. She writes paranormal romance. She said she's going to join, but she's running about, I think 10 minutes late or something, because the traffic in Bahrain is so bad today. So it'll be good to hear from her. And then EB, I know she's on last week, and I don't know if she's going to join today because she's a night owl and not a morning lark, and so I think for her this is 9 a.m. in the morning, and she's girl, I can't even get my thoughts together, much less be creative in writing. So I thought that was so cute. Anyway, so I am editing. I have two different editing softwares. I guess they're AI softwares. There's ProWrite Aid, which helps me because shoot, I can't tell you where a comma goes anymore. I used to think I know, or let me restate that. I used to think that I was good in English until I became a writer, and then I had these writing softwares. So I have that, and I have Grammarly, and now I'm heck, I don't even know where commas go anymore, because where I thought they go is not where they go. Hey, EB. There she is. So anyway, I'm using ProWrite Aid as we speak, and then I'll probably also dump it into Grammarly just to, oh, EB, you want to join? We're also going to have the author from Bahrain join, so we'll see how that goes. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what to use the semicolon for, but I feel that. I know. There's semicolons that you're never supposed to use in writing, and my AI software wants to put them everywhere, so I'm ooh, I know that's in conflict. Good morning, Evie.
Morning. I don't know if it's good. I'm barely awake. I am not a morning person.
I know. I wasn't sure if you had joined because I was like, it's like literally 9 a.m. and you're a night owl and not a
I
morning lark.
am. I was up till like 3 a.m. It was bad.
3 in the
Yeah,
morning?
but I'm here. So
Girl, I
yay.
can't tell you the last time I stayed up till 3 a.m. Maybe like to catch a flight. I can't do it.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm getting too old for this. I
I
don't
can't
use
do
any.
that
I
because then I have a sleep hangover.
mhm. I've got something. I don't know what it is.
That is so
No, but
cute.
I was catching the tail end of what you were saying about using a program to help. So I don't have one that I use personally. I just rely on people because sometimes the programs like they don't know certain, for example, like AAVE, like if I'm writing conversation, the programs are going to try to correct it. And it's just, no, that's not how people talk. Like, we
Oh,
don't
they
really
hate
talk in
slang.
sentences. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
slang. Hey, your author, she's gonna join us.
oh, yeah.
I know.
Hi. Hi,
Uh,
Yoru.
I
Welcome
think
back.
okay. Is that it, Yaru?
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm sorry. Maybe she can tell us if there's
I
a certain way
know.
to pronounce it because I shouldn't be butchering
No,
people's names.
I know. I am like not the best. I have a friend who speaks like 4 or 5 languages, and he
Hmm.
nails everyone's
Sorry,
language.
I'm so late.
Look at your hair. That is so cute.
Oh, thank you. The traffic out here is a mess. Um, it's wild. I mean, the best way I can describe it is everybody drives like it's like a go kart. A go.
Go
Those
carts.
braids. Where'd
Wait,
she
the
go?
sound cut out.
Yeah,
I heard her at first and then she
she's
disappeared.
frozen.
Oh no.
Her hair is so
Hmm.
pretty. Doesn't it get heavy though? Or do you get
Actually, I've never
used to
had
it?
braids, so I don't know. But I'm sure you get used to it after a while. But I bet once they come off, it feels good to just have that freedom.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because when I was in cheerleading, you scrape your hair up to the top of your head and you wear it like that for hours. And then when you take it down, it feels good. So I was like, that's got to be kind of similar to braids.
Mhm. And
It
she
has her
hasn't.
frozen, frozen.
Wow. Hello. Oh, remember I mentioned pinning a comment, like what we were doing
Yes.
when,
Good morning,
aw,
guys. She's probably having
she dropped.
a
Hopefully
reset.
she can, yeah, join back again.
Welcome. What are y'all all working on? Tell us in the comments.
Yes, who's writing? Hi, Chrissy. How are you? We're just doing writing sprints. Well, actually, I'm still waking up, but I've got my water here. Chrissy got this for me. The future best-selling author.
That's so cute. I wonder if she
Uh,
got it on
it's
Etsy.
for my birthday.
Okay, we're gonna try and bring her back.
Okay, welcome back.
We'll see.
Okay, sorry.
There
That's
you
okay.
are.
Yes, it's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Okay,
meet
tell
you.
us what your name is.
My name is Omni. My real name.
Omni? How
Perfect. Mhm.
beautiful. Does that mean anything in particular?
I mean, it's all in Latin, but my dad thought about all of the names he wanted to name his kids when he was in high school, and so I just so happened to get the name Omni.
He's had that name since high
Yeah.
school. What a sweet
Wow.
guy. Oh my gosh. I don't know any guys ever that have an opinion about a name unless they're like, I want to name that boy after me. Because,
Mhm.
I mean, but that is so
Mhm.
sweet.
Thank you. Yes. I'm in the Middle East. I can give you a tour kind of what my house looks like.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay, hold on. You have to excuse the mess.
You're in the Navy.
I am. Let me see. Okay.
And is that like an apartment, or is that the government? Like, does the government put you up? I don't know how that works.
So yeah, it's an apartment. So because of my rank, I get to live out in town. So it's my bathroom. I have an office.
It's updated.
Mhm.
That's your office?
Yeah. So I also make candles when I'm not writing my books, and I make body butters. I have a business too.
Oh my
Busy.
gosh, how cool.
Mhm.
And then I'll turn on the light. Hold on there. And I have like a chandelier.
Wow.
It's in my little bedroom. And these are my kids' clothes that I have to mail them.
Aw.
Oh, because they're back home, huh?
Yes, they're with their dad.
Oh my gosh, how long are you deployed for? How long does that work?
2.5 years.
That's a long time.
2.5?
Yeah.
Holy moly. How much of that is on a ship?
Well, so a ship is different. If I was attached to a ship, I would be attached to the ship for the minimum 3 years, and then I would deploy when they deploy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I had a friend, this is how old I am, but I had a friend who right out of high school went into the Navy, and he was deployed on the USS Kitty Hawk, which
Okay.
is the oldest. And so he'd write me letters, and he's like, "This place is the USS Shitty Hawk."
They still call it that, or they still called it that. Yeah. They talked about the Kitty Hawk being super haunted too.
Is it
No, I was on.
still in service? They haven't decommissioned it?
No, the Kitty Hawk is decommissioned. Yeah, the Kitty Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah. I was on Green Bay. I was on an LPD 20, the USS Green Bay, which is an amphib, which is like the Kitty Hawk.
Oh my gosh. So how often do you guys actually go up on deck? Because it's literally living underground.
Well, so the berthings, some of them are below the waterline, but not all of them. Some of them are above the waterline.
So
Um,
like a cruise ship, you get like a exterior view?
no.
I
Those. No.
didn't
No,
think so.
it
I'm
is.
like, when do you see sun and get vitamin D?
So you can go out on the flight deck, and you can go out on the sides of the ship. You can go out on the bow. I mean, you can actually go on the bridge. I mean, you can get sun. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it seems so obviously necessary. And again, thank you for your service.
Thank
But
you.
it does seem so artificial, that environment that a human has to live in.
So it's more like Groundhog Day every day. As long as you have a routine, you survive.
I don't take any of the drugs, but I would need all the drugs.
Yeah.
All the drugs.
Well, so it's not as bad as being on a sub. Like a sub, you're really under the
Okay.
waterline.
I had a colleague, and he was in Vietnam, and so he was already built different, you know what I mean? And then he had 3 sons, and they were all built different. And one of them went into a nuclear sub, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to be underground. I mean, or underwater. What is it, like the 2 years that he? It's like a long, like they don't come up for 6 months. Period. Like you don't go to port, you don't come up if you're doing an assignment.
Bubble, but I mean, nobody knows. Like when a sub is out, nobody knows. Nobody
Yes.
knows really what it's. But I mean, they do bubble. They don't. They're not underwater though. They bubble.
But it's not like pull into all these different ports and go in and have like it's not like that.
Yeah, not them. No, they're a special crew.
Yeah, they are. You got to be a special tough bird to live in those things to do that assignment.
Because yeah, I would never. If they asked me, Gibson, can you get on it? No, I cannot.
No,
I couldn't do it.
I'm too tall. I'm almost 6 foot. I don't want to bump my head on any pipes. I don't want to be in a tube. No.
this is the real talk now.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so what you writing today, or what are you going to do for you write paranormal romance?
Yes.
And you're working on your debut novel? Tell us about that, or what are you working on?
It's called Crowned by Fire, and I've been working on it since, oh my gosh, maybe a little bit after I first joined the Navy. Me and my sister, we would write together. We would go back and forth and just reply to each other's posts. So it's about two sisters. They're pyrokinetic and hydrokinetic, and they're fated mates. One's a vampire, Damien, and the other werewolf, Malachi. And I guess in short, because I get so excited talking about it, I'll talk about it for too long. The first book, Crowned by Fire, is going to be more about Crescent and Malachi's relationship, how they come together. And I mean, I have some really good villains. Scarlet, she's a crazy scientist. And Bella is the jealous ex-girlfriend that wants to kill Crescent. And so it's fun. I really enjoy it. It's just fun for me.
I love your names. Do you co-write with your sister?
Sometimes, yes. Right now, my best friend Tabitha we're finishing the book together.
How neat.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys go back and forth like chapter by chapter, you just take sections, or when you get to stopping point, she takes over? How does that work?
So I'll write. I'm not gonna get vulgar, but she writes most of my sex scenes.
Ooh.
So we have like spice. Tabitha really goes and kind of like spices it up for me.
Awesome.
And then I'll kind of do everything else, but she is my spice writer. I love it.
I love that. I want one of those. I feel like mine could be spicier.
I think she's just not afraid to go the distance. And I'm just like, does that sound too inappropriate? She's like, put it in there.
Pull her hair, call her daddy.
Yeah.
Call him daddy. Yeah, Mama Bird, if you're still on, I don't know how my sex scenes compare. It's so funny when you write a sex scene. Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's like 1 chili pepper. And then other people are like, the same scene, oh my gosh, it's like 4. I feel like there's no, I don't know where people's tolerances are.
Yeah, there's like no happy medium.
I don't know. I used to put chili peppers, my chili pepper ratings were way off. And so I'm like, don't put no chili pepper ratings on your books.
Yeah, I'll let other people rate it. But yeah, but it has some spicy scenes. I know. I also have an artist. He's like a brother to me. He's from India, but he's doing a lot of my not safe for work art. And so it has the original characters. And so he does a lot of the artwork for me.
No, like fan art. I mean, but that's kind of similar to what you're talking about?
Yes, so he'll take the characters out of the book and he'll draw like the different scenes that they're in for me.
That is so cool. Okay, well, we need his information.
Yeah, I'll tag him in here. Yeah, he does a wonderful, we started a Patreon account. Pretty much people can get on and follow the story, but they also get like merchandise, and they can, I think our last tier, you can actually, we'll pick one person and they can add their own character into the book, but it's like a follow along. So it's fun. It's very interactive, and they get a lot of the pictures and the content, and then they can vote to be what picture gets drawn next. And so it's fun.
That's cool. So is that Patreon linked in your bio for those that are on here?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'll have to check it out. I always find that fascinating.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be fun. We are having a really good time just writing the book. But we're both, my best friend Tabitha, she's also part owner of our business, Regal Conceptions. That's our body butters and all that other stuff. So we are just busy. And she's in the Navy. So we're busy.
Oh my gosh, you guys are like, I have 24 hours a day. I'm going to book 38.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And then
wait.
So, just being in the Navy, we probably sleep like 3 to 5 hours a day. Go.
Wow.
No. If I don't have 8, everyone's going to suffer.
Everyone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If we ever become like best friends out here, I have to send you guys, they call it coffee. Let me go show you. It doesn't look like coffee at all. It looks like tea, but it's delicious.
She is so cute. Her energy. Oh my gosh. Evie, if I had her energy, I'd be cranking out some books.
Okay. So it's all organic, because I'm an organic freak. But they crunch the right in front of you with cardamom in it.
Oh, cool.
So it's
that sounds good.
And then they've got these like really organic bottles of honey.
Wow.
So
wow.
I bought this.
It's beautiful.
It's
Mm-hmm.
78 BD, so it's a little bit over maybe like 100 and some odd dollars of honey. But I'll
Wow.
send you guys a picture of all the benefits because they got me. They were like, "Oh, it does this, this, and this." I was like, "Okay, so all right, well, what's $100 away?"
$100 for honey.
Is that
You only live once.
You
bottle?
better be selling some body butter, honey, for
I
that
do,
money.
we do, but I'm not gonna die with my money. With I can splurge every once in a while. My husband doesn't know, so it's fine.
I'm gonna line the coffin with my money. I'm kidding. You are such a delight. I'm so glad you're able to join. Are you guys ready to
Yes, I
start
got
writing?
my binder of doom here. I'm ready.
I know, because I feel like we could talk all day.
Mm-hmm.
Omni, I go live with writers every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so I don't know what that translates to yours. But me and EB are going to be hanging out soon on Thursday, and so if you wanted to, we could do it too, and I ask you all sorts of questions. It's like an interview style format. Then
Okay, yeah.
it goes on. It's here on IG, and then I post it on my, Spotify and YouTube, and you have access to the video too.
I do.
Okay. Cassie's, I'm sorry. We were just blabbering on, and she's like, yeah, I'm so ready for you guys to start this writing sprint.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute. Okay, 25 minutes. I'll put it up, and then I'm going to mute because my bestie EB told me how to do that.
Yes.
And then we'll be back. You guys, good luck on whatever you're
Hi,
working on.
Faith. We're doing writing sprints.
Here we go. All right. It's 25 minutes.
How'd it go?
That was so.
How come when you're writing like on these friends or with friends, it goes so much faster? Like, it just flows. And then when you're by yourself, it's just like, e. Have y'all noticed?
It can be like that sometimes.
This is my real one.
It's your first what?
My first real writing sprint. I tried to do one on, what is that? Let me look at the app. It's that app with the everybody, Discord. I tried to do one on Discord.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand the concept. So I was like, I don't understand. I just write in 35 minutes. So this is my first real sat down and I did one all the way through.
Okay. That means that me and EB feel special.
It was
Yes, we get to be here.
I tried Discord. There's 2 groups that I'm a member of, like author groups, and they're on Discord. Everybody's like, oh my God, check out the update on Discord. And I'm just like, ooh, just, I can't get into the rhythm of it. I don't know if it's like, because it's like black screen and white writing and it messes up my eyeballs. I don't know. That's what I blame it on, but it's totally not the truth. I just can't maneuver around in it. I just feel like something's not, I can't ever find where the new updates are that everyone is chiming in on. I'm like, what is my deal? And then I think it's on the desktop version, but I'm on the web version. I don't know. It's a mess.
I think it's conversations at once for me. I can't focus on all of it.
Yeah. It gets busy in there, especially if there's a lot of people. But I use Discord every day, all day, so I love it.
You use it all day, Cassie. I'm too old for Discord. I don't understand how it works.
That part.
Hey, girl, same.
I mean, I'm old too, but I still love it.
Maybe
I don't know.
How are you in it all day? What are you doing? If I can be nosy.
Oh my gosh. Well, so I'm a gamer, and that's why Discord started, was for gaming, right?
Yeah.
Because it uses a lot of processing power, so gamers can still communicate while they play. So a lot of the Discord groups I'm in is gaming. There's some for polish, just friends.
Your nail art.
Yeah, there's some for nail art too. So it's just a lot of, I'm in too many. I probably should leave a couple. But yeah.
Okay. I don't understand. I have eye fatigue because I've been literally writing this book and finishing up. I think I wrote 20,000 words this week, so my eyeballs are like bleeding on the inside. I know. And so that's nothing compared to gaming. Like gaming, you're like all in it. It's all around you. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I'm just in here writing. And what do I do to fix my eyeballs?
Girl, I don't know, because mine are getting worse. So I don't know what to tell you.
Mine are tired.
Same. So how many words did everyone do for this one? Yeah. Oh, you're a gamer too. See, I'm telling you. I love my games.
I did 340.
That's not bad. Every word counts. What about you, Gigi?
Oh, I edited. I finished. I saw my update, but like, I finally finished Hamilton yesterday, finally, and then I literally have to do my edits, and I edit as I go because I have those softwares. It's just they're slow, right? Because they have to connect to the internet and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm doing my final read through, and then it goes to my editor tomorrow night. And I'm like, can I get away with like, hey, bestie, can I send it to you on Monday instead? You're so pretty.
Try.
And see if she'll let me get away with it.
I'm sure. I mean, one day isn't going to be that bad, even though I know you said you were behind, so.
125.
Cassie, 125. Girl, okay, right? Like, I don't have my kids. This is my ex's custody weekend, which works out perfect because I'm like, no one talk to me. Don't ask me to go anywhere or do anything. I can't even go to the grocery store. But yeah, I love my kids, but I'm just like, y'all have got to, a little independence.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, like, I didn't know where my parents were in the house. They were somewhere in the house, I assume, but I wasn't all up in their business being like, what are you doing? Our kids will come and lay in my bed with me, and they're like, hey, what are you watching? And then pretty soon, like, we're both watching TikTok on my phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's happening here?
Yes, my daughter is very, I don't want to say clingy because she's a daddy's girl when it comes to like hanging out and gaming and stuff, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'll be doing something on my laptop and her face will just come right here. And she'll put her cheek in front of me demanding kisses and she'll keep it there for like
Oh my
10
gosh, that's so
Yeah.
cute. No, mine aren't like that. I know my
She's
son,
9.
yeah, my son will literally, I'll be like in the bathroom, like, going to the bathroom, and he'll be like just popped up sitting on the counter. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, I want Chipotle, so I was just gonna wait for you. I'm like, there's something wrong.
I have a so they're wild.
How old are
Either
yours?
3. I have my son's 2, my daughter's 3. They're 15.
Aw.
Oh my gosh, those are the best ages. I love sweet little toddlers. They're like sassy, and you think like, I'm gonna nurture the heck out of you, and they're like, screw you. I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, that must be so difficult to be away from them right now then, because they're so young.
Oh yeah, but so I'm glad I waited. I'm 35. So I waited until 30 to have kids, and they're running me ragged because I'm tired. I think after 25 naps are necessary. They're mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it while they're young. So this is my last deployment.
Okay.
After this, it's great 3 years left, and I'll retire, and I won't ever miss a thing again.
How long have you been in?
16 and some change.
16 years. So like literally right after high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, mad respect. Damn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh. So how much longer do you have to go before you see the babies?
I will see them in December for Christmas and New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. And then how much more do you have to go in the service?
Well, I'm leaving out of here next year, October, and then I'll have about 3 years left in the service, and I'll be retired.
Oh, but you'll be stateside. Is that what will happen? Nice.
That's good.
I'll be back in Tennessee, East Tennessee. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was talking to someone about Tennessee, and they said like there's no state tax. Like in Texas, there's no state tax either. And Evie, I'm sorry, California girl.
Got all the taxes here.
All your California people keep coming to Texas, and we're like, do not do to Texas what y'all did. Don't y'all made that. Don't be escaping it and do it here. But y'all love your taxation there, and we do not. Like I don't want to pay the government any more than I have to in federal taxes.
Yes.
It's a lot.
So we don't have state tax, but I heard Tennessee is beautiful. Do y'all have 4 seasons there?
So I'm right by Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, like where the tourist is. So, but I wish I'm gonna try to find a picture of my house, because from my house outside in the front yard, you can see all the mountains, the Great Smoky Mountains. Oh, wow. It's just really nice.
And you write paranormal romance, so is that like in the Appalachian Mountains? Because there is some freaky shit that happens in those Appalachian Mountains.
I always try to tell myself I'm not a scary movie moment type of person. So if it seems like that's something that'll be in a scary movie, I just don't even go in that direction. I'm just like, no, thank you.
I have a friend who is born and raised in Kentucky, and I'm always cracking on him, because it's just so easy, right? There's so many Kentucky. But, so like he likes to repair cars, and I'm all like, did you get that out of your mom's front yard? I know, he's like, you're so bad. But we talk all the time because he is like from, I couldn't even tell you the little tiny town, but it's like deep near the Appalachian Mountains. And he's like, oh yeah, back in the day when, you have like mountain people. And so he says, we don't have all these cemeteries like you guys have. I'm like, well, what do you do with your dad? He goes, you own that property, so you just go bury them up on the hill. And I said, I'm sorry, I must have hallucinated. So he goes, yeah, that's why you just have your own, your family has its own plot. He goes, on your land. And so he says, we don't have these massive acres and acres of cemeteries. I'm like, okay, I can never buy land in Kentucky because I'd end up inheriting like all the Dillman family that's dead up on the hill.
That's crazy.
I know.
Ew.
All right, y'all ready to get back to it? Sorry, my dog keeps shuffling in and out. I don't know what he wants.
Probably attention like the rest of the
Oh my
kids.
girl, let me tell you, this thing is 70 pounds. He's a bulldog.
Oh,
And he's having like a fat girl summer. And I'm like, the vet keeps telling me we need to have a fit girl summer. And it's just not happening. So we've lost 1 pound since April.
Oh,
oh.
But
every pound.
yeah, he's
Big
huge.
boy.
And English bulldogs aren't supposed to be 70 pounds. So
Aw.
I know every time we go and she's like, we need to check this baby's thyroid levels. Have we checked it? And I'm like, you do it every time we're here. It's not his thyroid.
Okay,
Anyway,
I'm ready.
okay, so I'll start. We got 25 more minutes and then we'll chit chat when we're done.
Okay, good luck.
Good
And
luck, y'all. 25 minutes.
That went fast. I have to
Great.
be.
How y'all do?
I got distracted. I did. At first, it was a game because we were talking about games. I was like, oh, right, there's this timing thing I need to check in a game. Let me go do that.
Okay.
5 minutes later, I started writing. And then someone messaged me, I'm having these keychains designed, and apparently the design I sent isn't working with the laser engraver. So I was like, oh, I gotta fix that too. But I did write though. I did write some stuff. I got, let me see, how much did I do? Um, I got 420 words done. So I did get some writing
That's a
done.
lot for being distracted
I
and playing a
was
game. Doing my
distracted.
keychains.
I'm sorry.
Are the keychains for your author brand?
It's actually for my patrons.
For your
So
Patreon?
yeah, I have one too, and I wanted to give them something that was special just for patrons that you couldn't get, anywhere else. So
That's so sweet. Both you guys have Patreons. So how did you guys start those, and what do they talk about, and what are they comprised of? I'm always fascinated.
well, someone suggested I start one a couple of years ago when I had finished writing the series. They were like, "Oh, you should do a Patreon. It's a great way for authors to get some extra cash because writing, I mean, you don't really get paid until after you publish, but there's a lot of work that goes into it, right? A lot of time and effort that's just kind of unpaid work. So I started it a couple of years ago, and I'm not the best because I'm not a blogger. So I feel like to be really successful, you want to keep sending out posts and stuff like that. So I'm not the best at keeping my Patreon active, but maybe um, Omni has some better information with that because it sounds like hers is very active.
No, we just kind of, okay, if we're just being honest ladies, I filed for a divorce, so I took down a bunch of stuff. And when me and my
Mm.
husband were going through a divorce the first time, and then we decided to work on our marriage. So I put it all off. I put my business off. I put writing off, and then we filed for a divorce again. And then we decided to work on our marriage again. And so now we're staying
It's a
married.
lot.
But so now I'm just ramping everything back up. So we don't have any followers yet, but we're just trying to get our brand out. Or not our brand, but we're trying to just get our story out there and get people kind of interested to just take a leap and read it to see what they like, and just to kind of understand, like, there's merchandise and there's fun things that come along with it. So I don't have too much insight. No, I'm not a guru at it
Okay.
yet. Yes.
Well, from what I gather, I try to do like sneak peeks. So I have chapters on books that no one really knows about except for my patrons. So they have sneak peeks into what I'm currently working on. I give them back history on characters. So I finished this series like 3 years ago now, and a lot of people were saying, I'd love to know what's happening with Ricky's parents, like what happened with them, because that sounded like drama. So I literally wrote like a mini series just for patrons
Oh,
about what happened in the backstory. And so they got that. There's also some swag. So there's t-shirts and tote bags and some mugs that they get. They can choose. So I have it set up where they choose what they want to get based on their tier. Um, but so because this was like 3 years ago that I set this up, and I, I've had some loyal followers who have been there since like day one, and they've been waiting 3 years for this book. So I'm like, look, they've waited, they've paid for this.
yeah.
So I have this special box that I'm putting together for my debut novel. So it's going to have a tumbler that has their name on it. and an image from the book. They're going to get a keychain with their name on it. They're getting pens. They're getting notebooks with their name. Like, I'm going all out, and I'm making most of this myself. So I designed the keychains. The tumblers, I actually have a heat press. So I'll be doing the tumblers myself too. So it's a lot of like little stuff that's going into it. I made some bookmarks, but they're kind of out of reach. But I made bookmarks that have their names on it and like images from the cover and stuff. So I just let like balls to the wall. Like, they're getting everything in this debut like author book where I'm signing everything for them, and it's gonna be special. Like, this is for the patrons. So yeah, it's keeping me busy.
That is really cool. So how many do you have to comprise and compile and send out?
It's only 7 right now.
That's
Actually,
manageable.
because there was someone who was a patron for years, but because of financial issues, she had to end her subscription. But I'm still gonna send her one because she's still pretty like supportive and sharing all my posts and liking and commenting. So I'm like, hey, she deserves one too. So I'm doing 8 boxes, and then I'm going to do a giveaway for one. So that makes 9, but it's not going to have like the names on everything because I don't know who's going to win it.
Right.
I'll still sign the book and everything like that, but it's just, yeah. So there will be a giveaway for a Patreon box so people know, hey, this is what you could get if you were a patron.
What month are you thinking about doing that? Because I want to support it and help you put it on blast.
I'll probably do that next month because I'm still completing most of it. I mean, it is mostly done. It's just like getting it all together and then to take pictures. So the Patreon boxes are supposed to go out next week. And hopefully if I get this stuff engraved in time, because we're just having issues with the image, but hopefully those will go out next week, end of next week. Because it's just 2 things I'm waiting on. So
Are you going to do like a post to show what all they get, or is it going to be like a total surprise?
I want it to be a surprise for the patrons. So I gave them like, there's stuff in there, and shoot, I totally said too much in this live.
And they're like, or edit that out.
Chrissy's one of them. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Chrissy's one of them. But yeah, she's so yeah, sorry, Chrissy. It was supposed to be a surprise.
She's like, it's the KKRISS.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'll take pictures before I send one of the boxes, and I'll take pictures for the giveaway too, so they can see everything. But it's a labor of love, honestly. Writing is a labor of love, right? So much of yourself goes into it. And so this is another labor of love. Like, you want people to support you, and so you want to make it special for them.
Oh yeah, those swag boxes, I always get so like envious of authors that do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am just not creative that way. I don't know. I'd probably buy like a bunch of junk from China, and people are like, her boxes are crap.
No, I'm sure it's fine. Honestly, it's not that difficult to get customized items. And if you can do it yourself, that saves money. Like, I've got a Cricut machine so that can cut vinyl and stuff, and that helps. A friend of mine who works for a publishing company, he told me how to make my own stickers and stuff like that. So I've been making my own stickers, and just the hard part is designing it, honestly. Just, you have to have that eye, and when I'm tired, it's like, well, this is what they're getting, or I'll just look at it another day. So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, so I post every month, and then I try to, if I'm on it, do like a sneak peek or an update halfway through the month. But honestly, I get so busy, I get focused, like laser focused on things. And so it'll be like, I made a post obviously for the first, and then I made a post for the second because, okay, I haven't told anyone this, but shit, there's people watching this. This is live. Okay. I made a song
Spoilers.
of mine for book 2. And so I showed the patrons early so they got to see the song that I made. I am not into music. I just had help from a friend, and he helped me make a song to advertise book 2. So that was my Something's Coming in like 14 days. I'm going to release the song on IG. So like the song thing, the patrons get to see that first. They get to experience it first and celebrate with me. It's stuff like that I try to bring them in and say, hey, this is what I've been doing. There's other stuff I've been doing, but I won't tell anyone yet. But yeah.
That is so cool. You had your own song created?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
I didn't even
And
know
it's
you could
the
do
song.
that.
Yeah, it's me like in the song too.
Are you singing?
Yes, it's my freaking voice. I am not a singer.
Okay.
I told him to synthesize the hell out of it. I was like, whatever you have to do to
Dude,
make
just
me
auto-tune
sound.
that shit. Everybody does it.
Yeah, it's like, make me sound good, okay? So we'll see how that goes.
And then like Travis Scott just dropped his new album, and my son's been listening to it. And so I was like, wait, this guy actually, I had no idea who was on, because like it disconnects with the car or whatever. I was
Oh,
like, this dude has like a good voice. And he's like, yeah, it's Travis Scott. I was like, okay, no, because that dude uses auto-tune like all the time, and you can't even tell what his voice is anymore.
mm,
I know, but I was like, he actually has a good voice. Some of them you never hear it because you use so much of that synthesizer or all that equipment.
mhm. It's
You work
true.
hard, Cassie. That's fascinating. So I'm going
Yeah.
to be so excited when that song comes out. Omni, do you do swag boxes, or how do you, like, all your products? I mean, that's amazing. To make your
Yeah,
own products, that would be so intimidating. I would like just, where do you even go? Do you make them yourself?
I do. Like the body butters, I do. I make them. I've done so much. I'll show you my little hippie station.
Well, if you're organic, I'm sure that you really research all the ingredients. Oh, wow.
So like all of that, I make milk baths with that. So there's actually goat's milk, powdered goat's milk over there. And it's what Cleopatra used to put in her bath water,
Mhm.
but fermented goat's milk. But we're not about to ferment any goat's milk and put it in our bath. So we use the best thing, powdered.
That's why your skin is so fantastic, man.
That's right.
Envy.
Do you ship to the USA?
I do. I do ship to the US of A. I sure do. And I also have a partner. She also helps me make the candles, and she is in California.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's easier for us to do that. But the shipping out here is not expensive because I ship from base. So it kind
Mhm.
of alleviates big expenses.
That's nice.
And so what is your website if people want to buy that stuff?
I can put it in the little chat.
But say it too, because the bad thing is the chat comments don't stay.
It's regalconceptions.com.
It is, say that again, regalconceptions.com. So it's candles, body butter,
And milk baths.
and milk baths. And I'm going to Google that.
I typed it in right now. I'm looking
Oh.
because it took me all of 2
Because those
seconds.
candles will come quick. You're already in California.
Right. A lot of people don't like some of my subscribers. They have pets, so candles are a no-go. But the body butters, though, that I will definitely consider.
No, I understand. I have an 18-page report. I just got back from the vet that my dog is allergic to the inside and the outside. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Wow. Your dog's like me, allergic to the outside. I get it. I
Yeah,
completely
my
get it.
man is literally right here. If I would take this off, you could see him, but he's huge.
I'm sure it's adorable.
So did we want to do another one, or we want to wrap it up?
I think I personally will wrap it up because I need to start lunch for my child.
I was thinking about hamburgers the whole time that I was.
I meet my friend at the gym. Our PRT's coming up, and I got to be able to run a mile and a half. 35-year-old have been up and down ladder wheels just don't work like they used to.
You can
Oh, right. I'm not running unless like there's a gun or a
Yeah.
knife behind me. There's a guy.
right.
And that run won't
Even
be fast anyway.
That is how
yeah,
we
it'll be more of a hobble for myself, but I've got my cane. I'll use that instead.
run with a group of people and just start making sacrifices and shoving people.
That too. But I had a good time, ladies.
Oh,
GiGi
yeah.
and
You guys are awesome. And Omni, I'm so
Mhm.
glad you're able to join. Fascinating. I hope we can do this again next Saturday. So you ladies just let me know in the DM, if you're able to join, and then we'll make it happen, Captain.
Yes,
Okay.
that would be awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody who joined us too. Cassie and Chrissy. I know people kept popping in and out, but thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, y'all have a lovely rest of your weekend, and good luck on words and editing and whatever your projects are.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. This was fun. I had a really good time.
Heck yeah. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.